What's up guys, welcome to Cyberunique Art. My name is Ricardo and today I will be covering our animate character in TVpaint. So what I will be covering today would be a basic head turn. I'll be breaking this video up in 4 parts: sketching, inking, coloring, and lastly, compositing. Alright guys, I have TVpaint open. I have TVpaint 11. If you have TVpaint 10, it should be the same. All the tab locations and all the tools should be the same. I will try to use the same tools that you would be using in TVpaint 10. Okay, so let's get to it. So first of all, I'm going to open a new project. If you notice, I got 5760 times 32. I like to work super large, so in case I have to size it down. I think this is like 6K or 5K, so it's very big, and I can always scale it down to 1080p. You can always click on template and you have the presets over here, and you can click on any of these, or you can create your own, like 1080p or 4K or 720. It all depends on what you want to work in and how fast the computer is. Also, the frame rate. If you notice, I got 10. In anime, they usually work from FPS around from 8 to 12. When you click on new project, it's going to create a new project. Once you click on a new project, it will automatically create the timeline and the first frame. So let's go ahead and click on black. This is the pen tool over here, and once you click on this, you can go from pen tool, pencil, erase, brush. I usually stick on brush once I start doing the sketching. Okay, so how I start doing my animation, I usually plan it out. So I know my character, she's going to be doing a head turn. So what I normally do is basically let me turn up the brush. I usually do the rough sketches first, then once I do the rough sketches, then I go back and start doing the details. So now we're just gonna do the keyframes. So I know she's gonna be doing a head turn, so let me try to draw the timetable real quick. So this is, let me turn off touch screen. Alright, so this is the first frame, and this is the last frame. So I know she's gonna be first frame, the end frame, and then I'm gonna have the in between. Let's change this from to C and B. So I know she's gonna be this is first frame, middle, and last, and then you have the in between. The head turn I'm doing right now, let's time it out. So she's gonna be turning, and slow down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. So let's try with 6 frames. So how it works is basically here, and then she starts slowing down to the last frame. So let's try that. I'm gonna actually create a new layer, so just get this more transparent so we don't use this here. Okay, so let's try the first frame. So I know the first frame she's gonna be, let's sketch it. Oh yeah, this is how I started my sketch, guys, with a circle. And she's looking down. Her ears. Chin. Her neck. Let's say her shoulders. Oop, shoulders look weird. And I don't like back of our shoulders. Actually, let's get this bigger. Okay, here's my head. Here's my first frame. Still don't like the shoulder. Okay, so this is the first frame. So now let's draw the last frame, because so how I create more frames, you can basically click next to it and click on the backspace button, or you can drag this thing and stretch it and release it and click apply, and you create a new frame. So what you want to do is this light bulb right here, that's the light bulb right here, that's onion skin. Once you click the onion skin, you can turn it on. Once you turn it on, this box appear. This is it, like the light table. This is what you're gonna use to control the onion skin for each frames. So basically, and also once you turn this table on, you want to turn it on the layer as well. So you click on the layer right here. So when you click on the second frame, you notice you can see the onion skin for the other frame. Okay, so let's do the last. Okay, so she's not gonna do a full head turn, she's just gonna be doing a half head turn. So let's see if I can put what's going on. So I know she's gonna be like here. So let's draw my circle again. Actually, no. It's too much. Oops. Let's do that. This is our nose. Yeah, when I do my sketches, I usually just put the nose just for reference where the eyes and face gonna be. Displacement of the face. Right here. And our ears gonna, and our ears gonna be like right here. Our head, and our neck, and our shoulders. So now it's like 1, 2, 1, 2. See that? Our nose, it's not matching up with the last frame. Okay, so turn. So this is the first frame, last frame. Okay, so also anytime you're doing animation, any motion at all, things usually move in a circular motion. So change this color. So usually things move in a circular motion. So see this curve? So anytime you're doing animation, you want always in a curve motion. Right now it's pretty straight because it's the first frame and last frame. So let's fix this up. Our nose still off though. But again, this is just a rough sketch, so get it off. The wrong layer. So you have to make sure sometimes you lock these layers. Again, this is a rough sketch, so you don't have to be, precise on everything, because just as a rough. We're gonna go back over and trying to clean it up. So she's turning. So now for the middle frame. So the good thing about TVpaint, you can just drag here, wrong one, drag here and extend it. Once you extend it, you see an empty gap, then you click on backspace. Once you click on backspace, it creates a middle layer. So this is gonna be, so the first layer is A, last one is C, now we're gonna create B. And that's B. So without the last frame and the first frame, it's hard to get the middle frame. So that's why we have to create the first frame and the last frame. So let's create the middle frame now. So if you so on the timetable, come on the timetable, if you notice you have a bunch of numbers and you probably wondering what's all this. So the first one, it's the first keyframe, and that's the previous keyframe. And when you're on this other side, it's the keyframe. This number one right here is the onion skin frame of the first frame we did, and on this side it shows the last frame you did. So if you notice, if I turn it on and off, that's the last keyframe, that's C. And if you click on number one, that's the first keyframe. So now we have somewhat of in between. On these things right here, if you turn up and down, you can get a transparent or brighter. Also guys, if you want to change the color of your previous frame and the frame in front, you just have to click on these things and you can change the color to whatever color you want. Again, this is the same thing as TVpaint 10. So let's create a middle frame. So now I know it's going to be in between these two frames. So let's redraw my circle again. Once I draw the circle, this time we're gonna have the face a little bit down because, like I said, everything going in a circular motion. So let's bring it down a bit. Bring the chin down because our head is going down a bit. The ears right here, chin, neck, shoulders again. And again, you want to draw in between the lines. You know, you don't have to follow the line exactly, but it's just a guide to know that is in between. So let's play all three. It's gonna be look all weird. Let's play. See, just 3 frames and a hit turn. So now, since we did the first, middle frame, and the last frame, let's do the in-betweens or extreme. Depends on how you want to call it. For me, to me, it's the same thing. Let's create this frame and this frame. So now, when you turn ahead, we're gonna try to ease it in. So that's why you have these guys right here. You ease in the turn, the head turn, to meet the last frame. So let's create a couple frames. So again, you can click on this thing right here and drag it out. Once you drag it out, you can create as much frame when you click in backspace. So let's create 2 frames. Let's create 1 frame. That's gonna be, I'm gonna create this frame and then this one to get this frame right here. Actually, let me number them so it's easier to follow. A, that's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's create number 4 frame. So number 4 frame. So now it's going to be in between 3 and 6. So I'm back on my circle again. But this time when I'm doing a circle, it's not going to be in the same position. You know, our head is turning, so you have to kind of move the circle a little bit. And this time, the lines right here, I know it's going to fall right here in between. Again, this is not a full head turn, so you don't have to worry about doing crazy nose drawing. And again, it's anime, so here go my ears. Our neck and shoulders and neck piece. Let's play this. go. So now we're gonna slow it down even more, and that's number 5 frame now. We're gonna be doing number 5 frame. All right, so if you notice this line, the nose should be going up because it went down and it's coming up now. So let's start with the nose just to get it on my circle. Don't forget my circle. Neck. Oops. Here is you want to keep it in between as best as you can. And face right here. And my line, just for a guideline. Let's see how fast this turns. Just like what? See, she's turning. And this is where I feel. And when you turn in, the ear is not supposed to be the same size. So 1, 2, see, it's not supposed to be the same size. It should be smaller. Because you can be having wobbling. I mean animation and stuff, right? Let's see. Again, this is the rough sketch. So she's turning. So now we're gonna do it this frame. That's the one. After we find all these frames here, now we're gonna find the second frame, and that's number 2. And that's and number 2. Create a new frame. Backspace. Okay. So now let's draw my circle again. We're going in between these two. There's a bunch of in betweens. Because this is a head turn, you don't have to go too crazy. Because they're very close to each other, so you don't have to worry about the timing. Well, the timing is not going to be crazy on the spacing. So this is the first frame. Our head is going down, so you want to keep the nose, the lines down. Okay, then the neck and shoulders. Alright, let's play this again. It's like what? So we notice it's somewhat of a circle motion. It's not just straight. Our head doesn't turn this way, it's turning like this. Somewhat. So let's see. Actually, let's slow it down even more because she's turning. I want to slow it down one more. Yeah, see that? Let's put one layer in between there. Let's slow it down even more. So the closer the frames are, the slower it goes. The farther away the frames are, the faster it goes. So the more frames are put close together, it slows down the animation. So I'll put one more frame. So this is very close to the last frame. We're creating. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm creating one more frame in between 5 and 6. So let's just call this, I don't know, 5.5. So that's the in between frame I just created. So let's continue. If you notice, it's very close because I'm trying to slow down the head turn. slow down as much as I can. And I think if I got our neck here, the neck piece, maybe the shoulders too. Okay, there you go. And my poor circle. Again, this is the rough planning. You know, once you get the motion down, then you can go back and clean up. Anyway, that's the turn. See, she's like, what? The good thing about TVpaint, let's try to time it a bit. So she's here, right? Let's move this. So she's here for a minute, then bam, turn, and then extend it. So let's see. See, there you go. So the good thing about TVpaint, when you want to do timing, all you have to do is click on this thing here and drag it out. Once you drag it out, if you look on the timeline, you time out how many seconds. So basically, from here to here, it's milliseconds, I guess, 5 milliseconds. So we turn and she stops. See? She's doing a slow turn. Like, what? Wait, that's not the 5. That's. Or let's see if I kill this frame and see if, let's try to speed it up a bit. See, if I drag the top one, I can just erase one of the frames. Let's see. Oh, that was the wrong one to erase. So she's there. Turn. I mean, I know I can add more frames to slow it down and smooth it out, but this is just to show you the turn. Like, what? Actually, let's speed it up. I want to speed this turn up. She's like, maybe like 1, 2. Anyway, just for video purposes, we're just gonna have her just turn. Alright, so I'm just gonna, again, just for video purposes. So that's the head turn. It could be smoother, it could be better, but it's just to show you the basics for TVpaint doing an animated turn. Okay, so now once you do that, I'm gonna create a new layer, and this is where I'm gonna start doing the details. So for TVpaint 10, it doesn't have this feature that I'm about to show you. It's a cool feature in TVpaint 11. Click on the arrow down and it says duplicate structure. When you click on that, it creates a new layer. You can duplicate the layer you was working on, but it's empty. So all these are empty. Where you just duplicate the bottom. TVpaint 10, unfortunately, you have to manually do it. In TVpaint 11, that was one of the features they upgraded in this program. So what I normally do is turn on the opacity and click on lock so I don't mess up this time. Turn this off. Okay, so now what I normally do is create burst frame. So let's see how our face should be. Okay. So now we have first frame. Now we draw the keyframe. So this, for this one, she's going down. So here's a nice part about TVpaint that I like so much. So it's like, damn, you know, you're gonna draw the second frame, but it's gonna be hard to match up the eyes and the nose and all that stuff for the second frame. So how do you do that? Well, you have a technique called shift and trace. And with TVpaint, all you gotta do is this at the bottom right here, and you can always shift and trace, so you just move everything, so you know where the crowd eye is gonna be at. See, make your life a lot easier. So once you do that now, so here, there. So you have somewhat of an idea. Actually, let me just do this then. So here, there. So I should move her down a bit. There we go. So bam, bam. So you know she's going to be turning. So all you have to do is just trace this bad boy. I'll trace my circle. Right ahead. Trying to get it as clean as possible. And now you know she's going to be looking down because you're following the guidelines from your sketches. Well, in this case, I know it's going to be moving a tad bit. I'm going to see some type of draw. Or, there we go. And her eyes. You know, her eyes should be moving down as well. So bam, bam. So her eyes, while she's turning, let's put her eyes here. There, there, there. Now eyes slightly gonna be looking like, yo, why are you here? So let's turn our eyes while our head is turning. She's like, bro, why are you? What's going on? This doesn't look right. You can trace everything exactly, but at least you have an idea. So she's like, straight forward. She's like, huh? And arm out. Yeah. So she's turning, so if everything is turning, you know, you have to be careful where to draw. Alright, ears. You can't be the same length as the first one because our head is turning. Man, this is hard when it comes to the pointy ears and turning. So if I don't get it right, don't yell at me because it's not easy. There we go. It's just like, let's turn this layer off and see what's up. Maybe our eyes is turning too much. I think it's our eyes is turning a little bit too fast. Let's put our eyes right here. Okay, so now for the last frame. Where's my last frame? You know, she's fully turned. Technically, we should have did the last frame first, then do the middle frame, but I guess I got too excited. So let's do the last frame. Last frame. So let's find the last frame again. Okay, so how it works is a 1 to 7, right? So these numbers relate to each frame. So since I want to see the first frame, I'm gonna click on number 6. It's weird, you would think you would click on number 7 and you see it, but it doesn't work like that. You have to click the number before the last. It's kind of weird, it's hard to explain. So once you click on 6, you know you see the first frame. So now you know you have some type of guideline. So now our eyes should be, and let me move this just to get at least the length of the eyes. At least getting the length of the eyes. And she's like, bro, why are you looking this way? The eyes. I think that's it. Let's see. Last frame. The nose. Actually, let's start with our nose. Let's bring this up. it. Let's do this. See, this thing is not easy at all, at all, at all. I'm struggling. Oh Lord. And obviously our eyes is way too far out there. So this is way off. There we go. Let's bring it in. Let's see if this even makes any sense. There we go. That's the last frame. So, oh, that's a serious head turn. Not feeling this. Hold on. Let's see if I can fix this because I totally messed up. Let me go back to my sketch. Let's see where I messed up. Definitely see where I messed up. Nose is still big, so we cute it up and make it look better later. I think I got it. I think I got it. But anyway, let's do our ears. Let's shift and trace, like I said before. So you have at least a position where your ear is supposed to be. Trying to line it up. And when you click on the X here, it should delete it. And put it back where it was. And neck, shoulders, you're looking this way. Okay, so once you get that one down, and we have this bad boy in this one, I start getting it the in-betweens. So let's start with this one. See here, second one. Okay, so I'm gonna shift and trace as usual. Circle. The circle is messing up. And now she's looking down. No, I'm just gonna follow my guidelines. It's much easier doing that. And our eyes, shift it over a bit. But when she's turning, actually, for this frame that I created before, the second frame, I'm gonna have our eyes blinking. So let's do that. When you get here, it's already closed. So let's get our eyes blinking. Here we go. And for this frame, she's still turning. Here's my circle. Circle, you want to bring in the nose a bit more. Sometimes you know, just to catch the motion, you don't have to complete the entire frame. You just need to get the motion down and you can go right back and finish the frame. Right now I'm just trying to get it down. Here we go, she's turning. The other eyes start popping up now. But this bad boy over here need to move. You gotta move over some more. Best if you use shift and trace if you want to get the same exact eyebrow size. Here, close. Our eyes still close. Let's tilt this a bit though. Eyes close, still close. now it's gonna be opening, half open. So let's see if we can cheat a bit. Which number 3? Number 3. Let's use number 3 to our advantage. So here, you can rotate the eyes. It's because we want it half open. So just like that. She's about to finish this guy. She was to the last frame. So let's turn on the last frame. Last frame is 6. That doesn't work out. Okay, there we go. I turn on the frame in front so I can see how our eye is supposed to be half open. So now let's do the in-between eyes. So we're talking about here, there, there. Nope. Feeling. There you go. So it's around here. There. There you go. Here. And again, I want the eyes to fully turn, so it should be here, there, I think. This thing here, eyes grow. Yeah. And same goes for here. The eyes are supposed to be open. But let me draw the in between. Which one are you? I know it looks super complicated, but you know, after a while you get used to this madness. Right, just to see. Oh, not bad. It's like, what? What? There we go. I think I got the eyes down somewhat. So let's just finish the head. So the head turn, my circle again. Yeah, can't forget your circles now. Actually, close all. Yeah, there you go. My circle. And since it's gonna be fully turning, it's almost hit the last frame. So the last frame is right there. So you want to turn on the last frame so you have an idea how it should match up with the other frame. You know, so now I'm gonna get this one. So when it's complicated like this, like what I'm gonna do. So trick is to turn on an extra frame. Which frame I'll turn on number 5, random frame, and drag it in between. There you go. And that's how you cheat. Shift and trace. I wouldn't call it cheating, but you know, some people will. But who cares? And on your neck, shoulders. Let's try that. Oh, I'm missing a frame. Which frame? I'm missing that frame. Our ears. I'm missing our ears and number. I miss our ears on a lot of frames. Let's go back in number 4 and try to put our ears in there. So number 4, number 3. Okay, let's try this in between these guys. I don't know why I did an elf. It's like the wrong wrong thing to draw. Gotta do it. I set myself up for failure. But we're gonna get through this. Bam. Turn this one on just to see. Not bad. Let's keep at it. Okay, so we have to do the in-between for this one. See the reason why I tell you we have to break this up, man, because it's gonna be a long process. These two right here. There we go. Oh, neck. I almost forget these parts. So the chin. Ooh. Gotta break it up. Hopefully none of you guys pass out yet. Or, yeah, this is tedious. Alright, let's try this now. Oh, somebody is jumping. Alright, matter of fact, before I deal with that nonsense over there, let's finish this one. Second frame. So, in between. I guess we don't need the guidelines now because we have enough frames to go off. Good. Chin, mouth, the eyes. What are you gonna do with the eyes in between? How are we gonna do this? Eyes here. There we go. In between. Eyes in between. Circle. Ears. That. Bam. Ears. I guess the second frame is the easiest. In between frame you can do. Okay. Ooh. There you go. Okay. Ooh, stay in line. And our circle. My circle. Where's my circle? There we go. Let's try this again. Not so bad, I think. Let's put it in Titan. Like, what do you want? Last frame, I forgot my dots. Okay, let's see. And the most important thing that I totally forgot, and you shouldn't trust no programs, is to save it. Save as, and yes, you want to do that. Anyway, so let's go back. Turn in. So if you look, when she turn her head, her ears is jumping. You see that? If you look, check the ears out. I didn't do something right. See? Looking weird. So on the keyboard, all you have to do is click the arrows. Or you need to play back, you just click the back. Let's turn off this. 1, 2, 3. See, there we go. This guy right here. Like, you see this dude? Let's try him again. This guy right here. Yes, why are you jumping? What's going on? See? It's not lined up in between. So what you do is circle this bad boy and drag him down in between. Like, why are you jumping? Let's try this again. See, now it's not jumping so bad. But it seems like our ears is growing and getting either bigger or smaller. Bam, 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 bam. See? What's going on? Why this guy is so big? 1, 2. Either I can do this and get it bigger. See that? They're not lining up. Let's see. Bam. And look at this bad boy. Why are you taking so long to move? See that? You have to be careful with these things, man. Right here. There. And number 7 should be match up with no. Let's play this. Still not liking the ears, but I guess I can fix that later. See our ears get smaller and longer. Like whoop, whoop, whoop. See, where are you going? Where? Okay, see, long ears, down. Why not long? See, long ears, man. What are you doing? Why are you not long? And then why are you way out here? And then let's start you off. Let's see, way out there. Why are you? What's going on? Whoa! It's doing his own thing. I might just mess everything up just now. Yeah, see, this is way out here. Like, bro, why are you out here? You're way out here for no reason. Yeah. Let's bring that in. Let's try this. There you go. Not bad. We fix that later on. Anyway, I forgot to draw them out. So she's like this. Oh, see, mouth. Here, there, there. It's like, okay. It's like, what do you want, bro? Why are you looking? You know, I'm turning on the timing because it's taking too long. Okay. Like, what? See, so right here now, if we notice our lips is out, like I can see our lips. Like, hey, look on our lips, and then you just magically just disappear. No, but I can't be doing that. Just in between our lips, you can't just magically disappear like that. I guess it can disappear now. So that I see. It still might disappear too fast. I guess we can just give her a bump. Just like a bump. I don't know about that line. Let's get to that line. So when you're looking at these things, you want to make sure you're going through everything to make sure everything looks at least decent. So on chin. See this chin business over here. I mean, it looks cool, and then start getting skinny. So let's undo. See, our chin doesn't look too brown. So you want to fix that. So you want to go back in and start. All right. There you go. What's going on here? Bam, bam. I noticed something just now. Why this nose is still in the flat position. Let's fix this nose. Actually, let's fix all this. Their mouth. chin, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't like the chin either. Okay, fix the last part, the chin. Let's see if I'm fix it. Oh. See, so if you notice, let me create a new layer. So we're thinking it's like this. There we go, so it's somewhat following the line. Alright, so since we do that now, let's create a hair. And maybe it will look a little bit better with this ball head. Alright, I'm duplicating the structure again. If you use in TVpaint 10, you have to manually do it. So let's turn down the opacity. Oh, where's my mic? Alright, let's give her some hair. Okay, so let's draw a hair. So again, we're gonna start with the first frame. And I usually lock all the frames so I don't make a mistake and accidentally draw on the wrong layer. God, that's so frustrating when you draw on the wrong layer and all this time you're thinking you're on the right layer. So let's give her some hair. Okay, that, this, our hair piece here, this, oh. Hair piece here, oh, like that, and this, actually, it's not supposed to be that. This is not looking right. Let's do this right here. Here we go. That's right here. And something is off. Because let's flip the screen to make sure our head looks right. See if I move here down. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. Alright, let's flip it back. I guess it doesn't look that bad. Let's see if I play it. Oh, missing a bunch here. All right. I think this is where the shift tray is gonna help big time as well. But anyway, let's see how it goes. So turn on the onion skin on this layer. Okay, so once you do that now, I guess for this, you don't have to do the keyframes for me. I'm just gonna go right ahead and try to move it since I'm gonna be using the shift and trace to my advantage. So click on this. If you keep your onion skin on the other layers as well, once you click on this thing, it will automatically move all the layers that's turned on. So in that way, you can easily cheat. So all you have to do is line this bad boy up. See, look how my cheating. Check this out. All you gotta do, bro, just line up the nose. Once you line this bad boy up, the face before, see that? The hair is automatically lines up. So you don't have to be like, oh my god, look at what I'm gonna do. So all you have to do is trace this bad boy, just trace it. That's all you have to do. But you wanna put some motion in it though, because she's turning. So for the second frame, I don't think you need to do that much movement, because it's not like she's shocked or anything. She's turning really fast. She's turning pretty slow, so the hair doesn't have to be moving that much. Yeah, so there you go. Move bam. There you go. Bam. 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 You have to love your shift and trace. This you have to move a little bit though, because since it's hanging by itself, let's move it a little bit. Up. Move. Just move. There we go. Moving. Move it a little bit. Move this one as well, because she's moving in that direction. There you go. Oh, try not to move. Try not to move too fast. There you go. Oh, this bad boy here. Because I know you got 2 frames on, so bam, bam. So now for the other one. Alright, so again, all you gotta do, bro, is just line this nose up. Once you line, well, this one is kind of tricky because she's turning, so all you gotta do is line it up. So, bam, bam. Turn this one off so you don't get confused. Yeah, so you line up the nose. See? That's all you have to do to cheat, man. Okay, so if she's turning, turn. I guess this should be moving forward, right? If she's turning, this should be moving a little bit forward. Yes, there, here, because she's moving. So this should be tilting a little bit forward. Just to put some motion in this. Tilt it a little bit forward. Just forward a little bit. Alright, so once you get that, let's do this. Let's see. Bam, bam. I guess I can just leave this part here. You don't have to really move too much. Again, because she's not turning super fast, like her hair have to be like whoops, you know. Yes, she's just barely moving it. And here, there. That's the thing also, guys, if you make a lot of lines in the hair, you have to trace all of them back over again, and then sometimes you'll be missing lines. Okay, so turn. No. Okay, let's try this. See? Just a little bit of movement going on. You don't need that much movement, but something is messing up though. Hold on. Her neck. Like, why are you not lining up with her neck? Bro, come on. Line up with the neck. And there you go. not line up with the neck. Same goes for you, buddy. And bam. So she's turned. Now she's fully turning. This is the tricky part. Woo. Let's come to the tricky part. Okay, so now she's turning a bit. Now we have to be creative about this thing. So I guess when she turn. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3. So here's a slight movement up to here. Again, when you use a shift and trace, you're not supposed to copy it exactly. It's just a guideline to how to move stuff. So I guess this part is like this is like this is like this. I guess it's still gonna keep this bad boy here. And again, because she's turning now, you're gonna see the hair on the other side of her face, I think. Hold on, maybe not yet. She's turning, actually, just a little bit. Nope, that was a fail. Actually, let's get back to this later on. Just to, and here, here. Okay, let's see. I know this is supposed to be getting smaller because her head is turning, so it shouldn't be the same exact size. That doesn't make any sense. So let's get it smaller. So, bam, bam, whoop. First frame. Bruh, you've gone too far. Let's put it here. And then she's turning again. And turning again. And just side. One more turn. Okay, so here's the. I think this is the tricky part. Oh, let's shift and trace this bad boy. Okay, see? Now, here's the tricky part. Now you can't actually copy the exact frame. So what you have to do is now you have to draw the other part of her face. See, and that's where you can feel if you're trying to copy it. See, let's draw the other side of right here. And I did this, that again. See that? Alright. Then piece of right here. Because she's turning now, so this bad boy have to come push back a bit. As if I can get this line to be straight. Oh god. Come on. I mean, it's probably would be easier if you had just did all the keyframes first, but for some reason I'm more comfortable doing here like this, straight on. You know, I think that's right. And for this piece, for the other part of our hair, it should be maybe here. No, I don't think you should be seeing it yet. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Let me see. Yeah, you're not supposed to be seeing it yet. No. Alright, here, see? You see the front of it here? Maybe we can puff this up a little bit more. Let's puff it up. Because it looks too flat. Let's puff this part up too as well. Ooh, puff up. Too fast. No, not yet. I think I messed up by puffing it up. Alright, let's give it extra line though, since she's turning. So now you can get away with extra lines right here. And this one, see, now she's doing a full turn. Like, whoa. Alright, so let's play with so now you don't wanna this is the tricky part. You want to use the chin to line this up. You don't want to use the nose because the nose is off doing its own thing. So you want to line up the chin. So now you're going to ease in the hair because it's going to stop at this point. So you don't want it to be swinging. So you want to slow the hair down. So you want to bring it down a bit, like here, drop it there. You're going over here, there, and we're going to move this closer. Move this closer. Move this over here, and move this bad boy even more over because now you're going to see more of the other side of our face, I think. Yeah, so you're gonna move this over here. There you go. Ta-da. Oop, wait, hold on. Yeah, there you go. Yes, move it a bit. Move this over here. Lord, there you go. Down, down, and bring it in. There we go. See, it's coming together, I think. Oop. Let's put that here. I know it's supposed to be seen out of here somewhere. Let's, you know what? Let's just trying to squeeze just something because I know it's supposed to be seeing something. Let's do that. And in the last frame, she fully turned. Oh, let's erase, shift and trace this bad boy. Yep. Keep the chin lined up, and so it changes here. Well, let me just see how it looks before. I'm seeing it's not bad. See, she turning, 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 turning. Oh, now she's gonna stop right here. So, bam. Bam, so therefore here, let's close it there, there, there. You're gonna move this because it's gonna be stopping right now. So here's the tricky part. So because she's turning, we're gonna actually, hold on. Okay, just move this there. Am I doing it right? Hold on. Yeah, so she's turning, turn. I'll move this out a bit because she's doing that turn. Oh, too much. I guess it's moved here too. Oop, right neck. Up. There we go. Let's move this in a bit. Alright, so since we have that now, we have to move this bad boy over. Let's move this over a bit. There. Right, move this over. Because it can't be in the same spot, I think. And move over. And let's move this in a bit. Let's see if this makes any sense. Let's flip it. It's much easier when you flip it. You can see all your messed up mistakes. See? Already spot few already. So she's turning. Actually, let's see. Actually, I'm gonna duplicate this because for some reason, let's duplicate this layer. Right click on the layer and click duplicate. And when I click duplicate on this side right here, you can click on this and change the color. And you can click on this and change the color. So when you click on TVpaint 10, all the color is gonna be at the bottom. So you can always just click that. So let's put that here. For some reason, I'm gonna highlight all the frames and I'm gonna move it a bit because I don't know, for some reason I'm not feeling it. Yeah, there you go. That looks better. Yeah, let's move it out. And then once you press enter, TVpaint gonna do the magic for you. Press enter, and everything is lined up, I think. Let's see. Yep, everything is lined up. See? So now the hair looks better on our head. Okay. So now I have to go back in and fix this part. That's the downside. Because I move it forward, I have to go back in now and start fixing here. So it makes sense. I have to go back and fix all these. Oh, fix. So many frames, and this is not even a lot of frames. And this is, see, I'm looking at, oh, what's gonna, let's start this off. And okay, turn that on. Ooh, turn this off. And this not supposed to be way out here. It's supposed to be in, man. Yeah, she's turning her head, so in. Oh, not supposed to be out here again. Man, this thing is just chilling. Actually, it's supposed to be like this because our head is turning. And then this, see? Oh, it's gotta go. They gotta go, man. Let's see if I fix it. I don't know. What do you think? Let's try to pretty that a bit, because let's see. Let's bring this out here, there. Maybe that works better. No, I think I just messed it up. Undo. Let's do this because it's coming from behind our ears, so this needs to be going from behind our ears. Gonna be like that. And I think that's much better. Yeah, I think so too. Alright, so let's cheat a bit. Oh, nope, here is. Turn. And she's turning. Turn again. Oop. Okay, let's turn. And she makes this big turn. See that? So you have to keep in mind, and anytime you're doing these frames, you have to keep in mind the motion. And I'm here talking and I'm doing that. Hold on. You have to keep in mind with the motion. Yep, there you go. And then this one. And you know, when she's way out here, you know, this thing is supposed to be like this. That. So it's moving away from you, so therefore you should see less. And the last one. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Let's try this now. Let's see. Wee. Oh, I see where I messed up. Very good idea. Hold on. Let's see if I can fix that. Yeah, why are you getting shorter, bro? There we go. Why are you getting shorter? What the hell? Yep. There you go. I see where I messed up. Like, why are you moving, bro? Hold on. And yeah. See? Yeah, see, it's not supposed to be moving yet because you stay there. Why are you moving? No, you're supposed to be moving this way, man. There we go. And bam. Yeah, see? My entire motion was off. See, that's why you have to keep checking your thing, man, because I totally messed up just now. Let's see if this fixes it. Somewhat, but it shouldn't be moving before she actually. No. It should be there. And you're not supposed to be moving this hard. Why are you moving this hard? There you go. Let's see. Motion is better, but it's growing and getting smaller and smaller and bigger. See? Oh boy. You can tell I'm a rookie. Hold on. And I should just do the shift and trace. Hold on. Shift and trace. See? See, this is where the shift and trace come in handy. So you can get. Oh, we did. You can get all the thing lined up properly. Where's the shift and trace? There you go. That looks right. And you're supposed to look like this. I mean, that's close enough. Oh, so there's a delay. So, bam. See? This why it didn't move, bro. Yeah, you need to move in over here. Why are you what just happened? That was a fail. Let's undo that. Why are you somebody's jumping? See that? Let's turn this on. You here. So if you're here, she moved back. And why are you going forward? Why are you going forward? You should be going back as well, bro. Going back. Think I missed a palette. Oh, there you go. Somebody's deleting. And you need to move. You need to move. And you're not moving. You need to move there. Alright, let's get back to that later, because I might end up burning the entire time trying to figure that thing out. Let's see the rest of our head. Okay, so up, down. See? We almost messed up. So our head is up here. Down. See? This is the part. See right here? It's supposed to be high. Wow, you're not high, man. It's supposed to be up here. Oh, see? What's up with all that? We done. Nope. Nope. Let's see. And now you're jumping. Great. Why are you jumping? Sorry guys, I'll be talking to myself a lot, but you know, sometimes you have to talk to yourself to get this right. Yeah, here we go. I think it works. All right. So what I normally do now, so since I'm going to be using these two layers, let's color them so we know which layer we'll be using. So turn that to red, and we're using this bad boy here and turn this to red, and let's move this up here. It's somewhat like Photoshop, so if you know how to use Photoshop, you understand this more as far as moving the layers and whatnot. And I just duplicate this layer because I'm going to be erasing some lines. Okay, so what I do is after I finish it here, I go back and start erasing these parts, the circle part, because nobody want to see any circles right now. Actually, let me turn back opacity. So I start going back, erasing on this layer, erase, always circle, erase, see, circle, erase all this bad boy. And I still didn't save it. Let's save. Alright, next layer. Oops, erase all. Nice. Man, I didn't need to draw the other side of the eye because our hair just cover everything. Nope. Not. See, this is where the messed up part now. So see that? She's turning. So do I erase this part? Let's see if this works. Okay, so you erase this part and then bam. See, this big piece is hiding everything. Let me see. You know what? I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens when I erase this part. Erase this part of her face. Here, there. Erase. Alright. And then it might not look that bad. But let's see. Erase. And piece of here. Let's see. Actually, yeah, looks good, I think. What do you guys think? Yeah, she's like, what? Why are you looking? See? Not that bad. Let me just size it up so you guys can see better. What do you guys think? Alright guys, so I think I'm gonna call it. So this is the first part. The second part of the video, I will be doing the inking, and this is where I'm going to go in and try to clean it up a bit so it doesn't look too wobbly. So thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If not, you know what to do. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any question, leave it in the comment below and I will sure to answer as much as I can. Anyway, see you later.